Preface. MyNovaBooks presents Sunny with a Chance of Love by E.L. Grant. A standalone, sparkling tale where on-air chemistry meets off-air heart. Expect warmth, wit, and moments that land like unexpected sunbreaks. To explore more, please visit mynovabooks.com. The following voice will narrate your audiobook experience.
Hi, I'm Ava Carter. I will be the narrator for this story.
The following voices will serve as characters for your audiobook experience.
Hi, my name is Jane. I will be the voice of Tess Rivera.
Hi, my name is Anna. I will be the voice of Marla.
Hi, my name is Liam Carter. I will be the voice of Eli Grant.
Hi, my name is Jordan Reed. I will be the voice of Kai.
All other characters in the story will be voiced by me.
Now sit back and enjoy. Now reading. Sunny with a Chance of Love.
Tess Rivera liked to say the studio smelled like rain and coffee. It did that Friday night. Monitors glowed blue and green, radar loops sweeping across the Central Plains. She stood in front of the wall map, one hand on her hip, curls pinned back with a tiny silver cloud clip. Look at that. She traced a line of isobars with her finger. Gentle gradient, high pressure nudging in. This weekend is begging to be a picnic. Sunny, breezy, feelings of contentment at about 72 degrees. Eli Grant rolled his chair closer, still in his anchor jacket, tie loosened.
The models disagree,
He said. His voice was calm, a little dry.
The 12Z run brings that cold front in faster. We're looking at showers by Saturday night. Confidence 55%.
Tess turned mock offended. You're giving me a 55% chance at happiness?
I'm saying
Eli replied.
that anyone promising wall-to-wall sunshine is ignoring the jet stream.
The jet stream, she said, needs to learn boundaries. He smiled, the kind that warmed the room more than the studio lights.
Tell that to the upper-level winds.
The floor manager called a 2-minute warning. Tess stepped closer, shoulder almost brushing his. Fine. On air, we'll call it mostly sunny, late day clouds.
Compromise forecast.
Eli said.
Romantic.
She shot him a grin. Oh, absolutely. Nothing says romance like slight chance of showers. When the red light came on, they slid into their familiar rhythm. Tess spoke in bright, clear sentences, painting the weekend like a story. Eli followed with the numbers, the model ranges, the probabilities. On set, their disagreement sounded like a dance, not a fight. Off camera, the floor manager, Jules, watched them with a smirk. We should bill you two as sunshine and margin of error, he whispered. Primetime couple content. As he straightened, his headset cord snagged on a rolling chair. The resulting slow-motion tangle almost took him down, and Tess had to bite her lip to keep from laughing as he windmilled his arms and righted himself with a theatrical bow. After the show, Tess escaped to the tiny map room off the main studio. The big wall monitor still showed the stalled front over Kansas. Someone had left the coffee machine on. The smell wrapped around her like a warm front. Eli appeared in the doorway, holding 2 mugs.
Truce coffee.
He said. She accepted it, letting their fingers brush on purpose. You know, she said. I look forward to arguing with you more than I look forward to holidays.
That is concerning for your family,
Eli said, but the corner of his mouth lifted. I'm serious. She perched on the edge of the desk, swinging a foot. You're the only one who will actually challenge me on air. Everyone else just nods and says, sure, Tess, sunshine, whatever.
That's because you sell sunshine like it's a personality trait,
he said.
My brand is cautious with a 30% chance of overthinking.
Tess laughed. Okay, dating styles, but make them forecasts. I'm a bold, clear skies until proven otherwise. You?
Ensemble run.
Eli said without missing a beat.
I do not commit until at least 3 models agree.
She groaned. That is the most Eli thing I've ever heard.
You like the most Eli things you've ever heard.
He replied. It came out quiet, almost shy. Her heart did a little pressure drop. Maybe I do. They sipped coffee in a comfortable silence, watching the radar sweep. The weather map glowed, casting blues and greens across his face. Tess thought, not for the first time, that she could get used to this, arguing forecasts by day, sharing coffee by night. She did not mention that when she got home, she would log into the forum. That was a different kind of storm. At midnight, her apartment was lit only by laptop glow. The sound of rain tapping the window matched the soft clack of her keys. Username, @sunnyIsobar. In real life, Tess was the station's calm voice. Online, behind that handle, she let the calm slip. Under a new thread. Weekend front timing. Sunshine or washout? Someone had posted a painstaking model breakdown. At Model Monarch, she read with an eye roll. His post was long, full of citations and acronyms. It ended.
Given the current pressure gradient and shortwave energy, selling an all-day sunny Saturday is frankly irresponsible.
Tessa's fingers flew. @sunnyIsobar. If you think a weak front and a few clouds doom the day, you might want to retake basic meteorology. Not every isobar wrinkle is a catastrophe. She hit send. A little thrill went through her. Almost at once, the reply popped up. @Model Monarch.
Strawman argument noted. No one said catastrophe. But ignoring model consensus because you feel like sunshine is scientifically embarrassing.
She bristled. Scientifically embarrassing. @sunnyIsobar. What's embarrassing is worshiping models without understanding context. People live under these skies, not inside your spreadsheet. The thread grew teeth. More users chimed in, some cheering her, others him. Phrases she'd never say in the studio spilled out in careful cutting sentences. Across town. Eli sat at his own kitchen table, glasses pushed up, lit by the same forum's pale blue. He typed as @Model Monarch, jaw tight. Of course, @sunnyIsobar was in here again. Overconfident. Flowery. Wrong. He remembered Tessa's laugh in the map room and pushed the thought aside. Online was different. Here, you defended the data like a knight. Feelings didn't count. He adjusted his wording, added another citation link, and clicked send. Days blurred into a strange double life. In person, Tess and Eli slid into something that felt suspiciously like dating, even if neither had said the word. They took a walk after a light drizzle, trading storm stories while the city steamed. Tess pointed at puddles catching neon. See, the rain just wanted to give us reflective mood lighting. Eli, hands in his pockets, tilted his head toward the clearing sky.
Technically, it's post-frontal clearing.
He said.
Emotionally, sure, we can call it romantic.
They met on a Saturday afternoon to flip through storm photos she kept in a shoebox. Over coffee, she nudged his knee with hers. If we were a forecast, she said. What would we be?
A slow-moving warm front.
He answered.
Taking our time, raising the temperature a few degrees every day.
She had to look away for a moment so he would not see how much she liked that. At night, their other relationship played out in pixels. Their feud thread on the forum became infamous. Strangers clicked in just to watch @sunnyIsobar and @Model Monarch tear into each other. Can you two chill? One user wrote. It's a weekend forecast, not the end of the world. Another replied. No. This is better than TV. Carry on. @sunnyIsobar. Maybe when some people learn that uncertainty isn't an excuse for never saying anything useful. @Model Monarch.
And maybe when others stop treating weather like a feelings journal. Data greater than vibes.
The words hit hard, but they were aimed at avatars, not faces they knew. Or so they thought. One drizzly evening, Tess and Eli shared dinner at a small place down the street from the station. The windows were fogged, streetlights smearing into soft halos. I swear, Tess said, stabbing her salad. The forum was a mess last night. Someone called someone else's take scientifically embarrassing. Eli's fork paused halfway to his mouth.
That's harsh.
Exactly. Tess leaned in, warmed by the righteous rant. Like, newsflash, we're talking about whether the barbecue gets rained out, not defending a thesis. Eli set his fork down slowly, the movement careful, like he didn't trust his hands to behave.
Yeah.
He said.
And someone on the other side went just as hard.
He let out a short breath through his nose.
Basically, if you won't promise sunshine, you're useless.
Tess blinked, then gave a small, incredulous laugh. Okay, yeah, that's...
It's the same problem.
Eli said, calm but firm.
Different costume. One person uses science like a hammer. The other uses vibes like a hammer. Either way, somebody's getting hit.
The words hung between them for a second, heavier than a weekend forecast had any right to be. Tess's voice softened. So you hated the thread too?
I hated the tone.
Eli said. He picked his fork back up, but didn't eat.
It didn't feel like disagreement. It felt like people auditioning to be cruel.
Outside, a car splashed through a puddle. For a moment, they were both quiet, staring at the condensation on their glasses like it might offer an explanation. Jules, who had wandered over on his break, dropped a hand on their table. Weather kids, he said, shaking his head. Pro tip from your friendly floor manager, don't fight in the comments, fight on my air, where the ratings live. On his way back toward the bar, he stole one of Tess's fries and almost collided with the waiter, dodging at the last second in a clumsy sidestep that made her snort into her water. They laughed, tension breaking. If either of them heard the warning tucked inside the joke, they ignored it. The night everything almost broke was so perfect. It felt scripted. A line of storms had grazed the city that afternoon, all bark and little bite. Their coverage had been smooth, their handoffs seamless, their on-air chemistry so obvious that viewers were already tweeting heart emojis. After the late show, they climbed to the station's rooftop patio with 2 plastic cups of leftover celebration cake and a thermos of coffee. Below them, the streets shone. Above clouds thinned, stars peeking through like shy guests.
So,
Eli said, fingers worrying the edge of his cup.
I ran a long-range model on us.
She snorted. Oh no. Is this where you tell me I have a 70% chance of annoying you forever?
80.
He said. Then his eyes softened.
But also a very high chance of happiness, if you're in.
Her heart did its familiar little drop. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small box.
Tess Rivera.
He said, voice steady but low.
I don't have the perfect wording yet, but I do have this ring, and a lot of probability in favor of us. Do you want to plan a future forecast together?
She laughed, then covered her mouth as tears pricked her eyes. Is that your way of asking me to marry you?
Yes.
He said.
But I can go back and rewrite the script if...
She cut him off with a kiss, cake, and coffee forgotten. Yes. She murmured against his lips. Yes, obviously yes. Somewhere on the table, her phone buzzed. Neither of them looked. Later, in Eli's living room, boxes still half unpacked from when he'd moved closer to the station, they sat, tangled on the couch, giddy and tired. His laptop was open on the coffee table, a half-finished forecast graphic on the screen. While he went to refill their mugs, Tess leaned forward to set down her cup and froze. Behind the graphics window, a browser tab blinked with a new notification. The title bar read, Weather Watch Forum. New reply in weekend front timing, sunshine or washout. A little icon showed a username, @ModelMonarch. 3 new. Her own phone buzzed again. She picked it up, thumb unlocking almost by reflex. A banner slid down. At Model Monarch replied to your post. It said,
Quote, your take is, as usual, scientifically embarrassing.
The room tilted. She looked from her phone to his laptop. In the corner of the browser, she saw his profile picture, just a generic cloud icon, but the logged-in name was clear. At Model Monarch. Her breath left in a rush. Eli came back in talking about long-range guidance and honeymoon ideas until he saw her face.
Tess, what?
She turned the laptop toward him with shaking hands. This is you. Her voice was thin. You're at Model Monarch. He went pale.
Yes, but how do you...
She held up her phone. The screen still showed the notification. He just replied to me. To @Sunny Isobar. Silence stretched. Eli sank onto the armchair across from her, the thermos forgotten in his grip.
You're Sunny Isobar.
It was not a question. Her cheeks burned. Apparently I'm a lot, she said, the words from dinner echoing back at her, bitter now. Memories crashed in, every sharp phrase, every smug takedown, every time she'd typed. If you can't read an isobar map, maybe stay out of the data lane. He swallowed.
I called you scientifically embarrassing.
I called you a spreadsheet with attitude, she said. They stared at each other, engagement ring between them, like a bright, impossible thing. It wasn't supposed to be real, she whispered. It was just usernames.
I would never talk to you like that,
he said, voice raw. But you did, she replied. You just didn't know it was me. The hurt in his eyes matched the ache in her chest. The room felt colder, as if a front had pushed through. I need air, Tess said, standing too fast. He reached out, then let his hand fall.
Tess, wait. We can talk this through.
Can we? She looked at him, heart pounding. Because right now I can't tell which you is real. The one who worries about my coffee order or the one who tells me I don't understand basics. She slipped the ring off, not handing it back, just holding it in her palm like a question. I can't wear this until I know, she said softly. Then she walked out into the damp, cool night. The next afternoon, the studio felt wrong without their usual orbit. Tess sat in the break room, turning the ring over between her fingers, leaving a little circle on the table where her coffee cup had been. Marla, the senior producer, slid into the chair across from her. Marla's cardigan was the color of storm clouds, her eyes kind and sharp at once.
You look like a stalled front.
Marla said quietly.
Want to tell me why?
Tess let out a shaky laugh. Did you ever say something online and then realize it landed on a real person like hail? Marla's mouth curved.
Once or twice. That's why I mostly lurk.
She tipped her chin.
What happened?
Tess told her. Not every ugly word, but enough. The forum, the reveal, the ring that felt too heavy and too small at the same time. When she finished, Marla held Tess's gaze.
Okay.
She said simply.
2 things.
Tess sniffed. Only 2?
Only 2.
Marla said.
First, apologize like a professional. Specific, no theatrics, no courtroom speeches, just the truth.
Tess nodded, throat tight.
Second,
Marla went on.
Don't make this harder by hiding behind the internet again. If you two are going to fix it, it's going to be with your real faces on, not your forum voices.
She paused.
Come by after the 11, both of you. I'll keep it from turning into a weather emergency.
Tess managed a small, watery smile. You're going to moderate our relationship?
I moderate everything.
Marla said deadpan.
It's in my job description.
Across town, Eli sat on his back steps with his phone pressed to his ear, rain ticking softly on the railing.
You were a jerk.
Kai said on the other end without ceremony.
Modern romance. 10 out of 10.
Eli stared at the wet street.
I know. Then don't defend it.
Kai said.
Just own it. Say the part you're ashamed of. Say the part you're going to change. And don't hide behind some username like it's a witness protection program.
Eli shut his eyes.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
Kai said.
Call her. Be real.
Night settled over the city like a cooling cloud deck. The main studio was dark, except for the control room glow in the weather office. Most of the overheads were off. Only the wall map and a small lamp in the corner cast soft pools of blue and gold. Outside, drizzle tapped the windows. Tess hesitated in the doorway, clutching the ring in her fist. The room smelled like burnt coffee and cold electronics. Marla stood by the little round table in the corner, a mug cupped in both hands. Eli sat opposite her, tie off, sleeves rolled, staring at a blank forecast template on the nearby screen as if it might rescue him.
For once.
He said without turning.
I have no idea what to say.
Good.
Marla replied. Her voice was low, steady.
Tonight, you're not performing.
Eli looked over, startled, then rose halfway when he saw Tess. Their eyes met, flickered, then dropped.
Come in.
Marla said gentler.
Close the door.
Tess stepped inside. The door snicked shut, muting the distant hum of the building. Marla didn't sit. She just looked between them, like she was checking the sky for rotation.
Here's the deal,
she said.
You two are great at disagreeing on air because you remember the point is the forecast, not the ego.
Neither of them spoke.
So do this now.
Marla said.
1 sentence each. The worst thing you said online that you wish you could take back. Then 1 sentence. What you're going to do differently.
Tess's jaw tightened. Eli's hands flexed once on the chair arms. Marla nodded, satisfied they'd heard her, then stepped backward toward the door.
I'm going to get out of your way before you start using weather metaphors as weapons.
She opened it.
And if either of you starts with, well, technically, I will personally unplug the Wi-Fi.
The corner of Tess's mouth twitched despite herself. Marla left. The door clicked. Quiet poured in. Eli swallowed, staring at the table like it was a radar return.
I said you were scientifically embarrassing.
He said. It came out flat, stripped of its old smugness.
I used being right like permission to be mean.
Tess's grip tightened around the ring.
I mocked you instead of debating you,
she said.
I turned you into a joke because it felt good to win.
A beat. Rain. The low hum of the map wall. Eli looked up. His eyes were red-rimmed, honest.
I would never say any of that to your face.
But you did,
Tess said softly. Then, quieter.
just not while looking at me.
He flinched like that one landed, because it did.
I'm sorry.
Eli said.
Not sorry the internet is messy. Sorry I chose cruelty. Sorry I aimed it at someone, at you, without even knowing.
Tess breathed out, shaky.
I'm sorry, too. I liked it. I liked feeling sharper than everyone else.
Eli nodded once, like he understood that shame.
What do we do now?
Tess looked at him for a long moment. Then she set the ring on the table between them, not as a threat this time, but as a marker.
We stop pretending the version of us online isn't us,
she said.
No more masks.
Eli's voice was rough.
Real names.
And we pause.
Tess added.
Before we hit send, we ask, would I say this if you were standing right here?
He let out a breath, almost a laugh with no humor in it.
Marla would approve.
Tess's eyes softened.
And we don't just vanish. We fix what we broke. We show up better.
Eli leaned forward.
We can ask the forum admins if we can help moderate.
He said.
Host a weekly Q&A. Make it less gladiator pit, More weather nerd community.
Tess nodded slowly, liking it.
Point it back at the sky.
He glanced at the ring.
And us?
Tess picked it up again. Her thumb traced the band, the way she'd been doing all day.
I still want this,
she said.
but I needed to know I wasn't engaged to a stranger in a mask.
Eli's eyes shone.
You're not.
He said.
I'm here. I'm not proud of what I did, but I'm here.
A long moment passed, and then Tess slid the ring back onto her finger. It settled there like a decision.
Okay,
She said.
then let's do the first hard thing.
They moved to the main console, the larger monitors throwing soft light over their faces. Tess logged into the forum, hands steadying as she opened settings. Display name, Tess Rivera, at Sunny Isobar. She hit save. Her avatar stayed a little sun and isobar icon, but now her real name sat beside it like a signature. Eli did the same. Display name, Eli Grant, at Model Monarch.
Feels like stepping out from behind the green screen.
He murmured. Together, they drafted a new thread. Real forecast, real names. Tess typed in the title. The body read. We've both said harsh things here, under the comfort of anonymity. We forgot there are real people behind handles. Colleagues, mentors, strangers who trust us. From now on, we'll post under our real names, and we'll treat disagreement like a forecast, about data, not dignity. Before we hit send, we'll pause and ask if we'd say it to someone's face. We've asked the admins if we can help host and moderate here. We'll be around in weekly Ask the On-Air Team threads to answer questions, share model talk, and keep conversations pointed at the sky, not at each other. Clear skies aren't guaranteed. Kindness is our new baseline. They read it once. Then, because they'd learned something the hard way, they read it again. Out loud.
Ready?
Eli asked. Tess nodded.
Post it.
He clicked. A week later, the infamous feud thread had sunk, slowly replaced by calmer, nerdier debates. Real forecast, real names. Sat pinned at the top, full of people tentatively adding first names to their profiles. The weekly Q&A thread was messy and earnest and, somehow, gentler. When tempers flared, Tess or Eli would nudge the conversation back toward radar loops and shared curiosity. Back in the studio, Tess stood at the wall map, tracing isobars.
So,
She said on air.
we've got a bit of a disagreement about Saturday.
Shocking.
Eli said from the anchor desk. She threw him a playful look.
I'm calling for mostly sunny skies and a warm front of good feelings.
And I
Eli replied.
am forecasting an afternoon shower or two. Nothing relationship ending.
He added, eyes twinkling.
Just enough to keep you humble.
Either way,
Tess said, smiling into the camera.
we recommend kindness as your default setting, on the roads and in the comments.
Jules coughed loudly from off-screen. And no more anonymous forecast fights, kids. The crew chuckled. Tess glanced at Eli.
Looks like there's a 100% chance of accountability.
She said. He met her gaze, warm and steady.
And a long-term outlook of clear skies.
He answered.
With one very stubborn warm front named Tess.
She laughed, the sound filling the studio. Somewhere outside, rain began to fall light and gentle. Inside, they stood shoulder to shoulder, ready to face whatever weather came next, with real names, real hearts, and a new rule about how to treat the people behind the screens.
End of Sunny with a Chance of Love. Outro. Thank you for listening to Sunny with a Chance of Love, written by E.L. Grant and narrated by Ava Carter. We hope you enjoyed the journey. To discover more great stories, be sure to visit mynovabooks.com. We appreciate your support and look forward to sharing more wonderful books with you soon.